Andrews. I am an assistant professor in adult and higher education. The NSF Career Award is a grant that's given to early career scholars that recognizes their, it's almost like a scholar, researcher, educator potential in that it recognizes the ability to integrate education and research in a way that advances a significant project and has an impact on society. It's very competitive, and I was very excited when I heard that it was going to be moved forward for funding. What makes this one different is the recognition that you're not just pursuing a line of research, but you're also tying it to specific educational goals, and that it's a project for early career faculty who that sets them up for a career that makes a significant contribution to the field. I think I was one of the pieces that's unique about this grant compared to another federal grant is I have to outline how this ties to work I've done in the past and what my goals are 5 and 10 years down the road. For the most part, at least on paper, it looks like it's a big solo project because I'm not allowed to name co-principal investigators for this kind of a grant. That's one other piece that sets it apart is it's really for the early career individual to show that they're going to make a contribution. But there obviously is a team of collaborators that need to come together to make this actually happen. What I'm most excited about is I asked for funding to support one graduate student for every year of the project. That can be the same or hopefully the same for a couple of years, but I know sometimes our graduate students' needs change over time. But also the involvement of at least one undergraduate student as well, because I had a lot of success working with undergraduate researchers on other research projects. And then, of course, people who are involved with the data sets that I'm using have already agreed to help me out with that. I'm working with our Center for Faculty Excellence in terms of some of the educational aims, especially in getting workshops out to faculty who want to create more inclusive classrooms. And then our Helps Lab on campus is going to help me with survey administration and development. But there's kind of a deeper, broader impact that there's a conversation around nationally, and that is around how we collect data on LGBTQ identities. Up until pretty recently, it was fairly rare because people were either afraid that people wouldn't want to report it, or it was something that they didn't want to hear. So there are a lot of organizations that really don't want to know how their LGBTQ populations are experiencing things differently than other folks. But there's been some resistance, mostly around things like, will they report accurately and what kind of data will we get? But there's been a call nationally to start collecting some of this data because it's very important for decision makers politically, institutionally, like at all kinds of levels of policy making, to have a sense of how different populations are affected by decisions. And so one of the broader impacts of this project would be to help inform those conversations to say, here's how you can collect this data, here's why you should collect this data, and here's what we learn when we do collect some of this data.